Hey boys, welcome back to some Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 6 review, and it was a it was a rough week as a whole. And like I've always said, the captaincy in Supercoach is the greatest thing of all time. obviously I'm being facetious, but the captaincy did save my ass this week. And again, I don't want to keep banging on about the captaincy in Supercoach. They're probably never going to change it. But the fact that I was complaining about it before, when I got screwed over by it, I still complain about it now. Like, my whole week was basically saved by the captain. So I still think it's a garbage thing, but we'll get into the finer points in a second here. So 1207. I mean, getting over 1200 it's a pretty okay score, but yeah, as you can see, the average score was 1139. So we did beat the average, but we did. I was just hoping to see some green arrows, but unfortunately not. We've dropped 578 ranking spots, which is fine. I mean, it was a week where there was some massive scores, and unfortunately it seems like the top 10k, I guess, got the big scores, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. We're just sitting outside the 10,000. We're set up well, though. We're set up well. It was, I mean, let's get into it here. It was another week that the Cleary captaincy, it could have been so big, but just so many things went wrong. I just know this year is just going to be one of those missed opportunity years, really. We start out, Harry Grant 65, it's fine. Wade Egan 23. The second time he's been knocked out. I mean, thankfully the first time it was like in the 70th minute, he'd still scored okay, but this time it was just before half time, got knocked out. Obviously didn't finish. Obviously it's not good he got concussed or whatever, but the silver lining here is that it makes the decision of what I'm going to do this week very easy, because it seemed like Egan was going to be playing 80 minutes in this Warriors team, which it would have made him very, very difficult to trade out. If he had got, if he scored 60, 70 points this week again, like, I don't know. I probably would have tried to find a way to keep him as my second dummy half and trade out Tanner Boyd. But the fact now he's going to start leaking cash. He's going to miss this week as well with the new protocols. It's just a perfect excuse now to swing Egan down to halfback and trade him out for Nico Hines. And Tanner Boyd, we'll see it as well, but he actually scored, couple of back-to-back scores now. So he could be, sort of long-term second dummy half for a minute. Front rowers, Christian Welsh, Utikamanu. So, and this is where I guess the depth is nice, but Utikamanu, it's at his lowest score. I got to see this. I know he's had one other, like, pretty low score. Yeah, his lowest score is fucking 37. Of course, it's the week that I play him. I've played him a couple of times, I think, but yeah. Of course, the week I have to play him because Tarpany was out. It's just one of those weeks, man. Tarpany was ruled out. We had Utikamanu there, which is fine. He got 37 points. I'll take it. But, man, I think Payne Haas got another, like, 80 points. So it's really, like, when I'm not going to bring Payne Haas into the side. Obviously, with Origin, Origin is approaching for sure. I guess you definitely could still bring in Payne Haas if you have the luxury, but I'm just going to ride it out now. Hopefully he eases a little bit. But yeah, the Tarpany play over Haas to start the year is honestly one of the biggest misplays, and I mean it's just bad luck, really. Tarpany has been fine, but not really offloading, and now he's missed a couple of games. He's going to have a bye next week, so yeah. Well, not Tigers this weekend, yeah. Tarpany next week with the Raiders, but it is what it is. Christian Welsh 50, it's fine. The back row, So the back row, very hit or miss. So Fafita looked sensational, man. He was so close. He was so close to getting like a try assist and a try. He's looking damn good. Like, he's running the ball so much as well. Like, I'm loving Fafita this year. Yeah, he's been sensational, honestly. 76 could have been a big 100, honestly. Zach Hosking, 61. He was one of our... Well, actually, yeah, he was the only trade last week. So that's the other nice thing, is that we actually saved a boost and we saved a trade last week, which was not on the cards for us. But the fact Schuster was ruled out, it just meant we kept Hopgood, as you can see here. I didn't even play him. I had the luxury. Obviously, it turned out if I played Hopgood, yeah, we could have got more points than like Egan, but... We'll go down in a second and I'll show you the rest of the scores. But Hosking 61, he looks really good. I'm still not sold on him. Like, I just feel like I don't know what's going to happen with the back row stocks at Penrith. But I guess the fact that Hosking is playing so well on that right edge, if Martin is still not 100%, they're just going to... I guess they're just going to keep resting Martin or wait till he's like fully fit. So Hosking, you know, he's playing sensational, so there's no need to try to rush Martin back. So I would expect Hosking to stay there for a bit. I just don't know what's going to happen when they're all back on deck, like Garner as well. Who knows? But by that point, Hosking will have made a bunch of money and pretty much probably be able to trade him for basically anyone you want. So it's fine. Jacob Preston, 34. Obviously, copped the sin bin. He wasn't looking at a big score, but, you know, he would have got about a 50, you reckon, if he didn't get the sin bin. But, you know, bit of a comeback down to earth for Preston right there. But, you know, everybody in the top echelon should have Preston and should have played Preston. So it's one of those ones that it's a bad score, but everybody should have had, really. So, yeah, reserves, Hopgood, we didn't play. He got 48. And, I mean, that was fine. Like, he actually beat his... He probably went up like a K. I do think Hopgood is now a definite sell. Like, his minutes were still... Like, his minutes were pretty good. Yeah, nah, they're okay. 52 minutes, 48 points. He's a sell. He's a sell. And I mean, that was the beauty of it. I saved a trade last week to get a better look of how Hopgood would go. I mean, the fact is, if Hopgood, because he's not, right? He's only, yeah, I was going to see if he was a front row / second row, but he's only, if he was a front row forward, I would definitely keep him and just try to swing him into the front row. But the fact he's just second row forward now, he's just not worth keeping, in my opinion. If he's not playing 60, high 60s, 70 plus minutes, I just don't think he's worth it in the back row anymore. Obviously, the bye coverage is nice, but he is a bolter for Queensland, so I wouldn't be banking on him playing over Origin regardless. So I think it is time to cash Hopgood out. We sort of saw the minutes, and that was with... Like, I was actually expecting more minutes because Greg was starting, and you know Greg is not a big minute player. Like, he played the first 20... I think he came back on for a brief stint, but obviously there were decent minutes in the middle there with Greg starting. But the fact Polo will be back, I don't know if it's this week or next week, but he'll be back soon. He commands a lot more minutes than Greg, so I just think Hopgood, I think those 50 minutes, 50, 55 are probably what he's going to see. And yeah, just not good enough for the back row with some of the other options. Cartwright, we kept hold of Cartwright. I mean, I just thought there's no way you can't keep Cartwright for that week, right? They're taking on the Tigers. He's looking so good. Like, I think he played the full 80, right? I was a little worried that maybe... yeah, he played the full 80. He looked really good. His defense is honestly... It used to be one of his worst parts of his game, but I think he's been pretty damn good in defense lately. But yeah, I was worried that potentially Hopgood might play more minutes and they might shift Madison to the edge to accommodate, but it didn't end up happening like that. Madison just kept the spot. I think Sean Lane still played 80 minutes, which was a bit surprising as well. So, yeah, Cartwright, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna keep him for. I don't know if he's a keeper for the end of the year, but up until the buys, I mean, the Eels have a really good run now. They got the Bulldogs, Broncos. Broncos. Who knows? Newcastle, Gold Coast, Canberra, and then they come up to the buys. So I don't know, Cartwright. I mean, if he keeps that spot. I don't really see myself trading him out because he's going to be a great buy number potentially, but you never know. You never know. Things could change at that Eels pack. Jackson Ford banged out 75. I saw so many people were so annoyed with Ford up until he scored that try. So it was good to see. Obviously, I didn't play him, and I lost some points there. I know quite a few people would have played him, and this is the problem with having a pretty well depth side, is that you miss out on some big points and people make a lot of ground up on that. So yeah, Ford 75, but I mean that was the thing. I wasn't going to play Ford over like Preston anyway, or Cartwright or someone like that. Move into the halves. So obviously Cleary, 158 is captain, sensational. You know, he was, I don't know, I always just felt confident of Cleary captain against Manly, because Manly have been leaking points, so I wasn't too concerned about him being captain. Tanner Boyd with the 49, so yeah, that's like back-to-back basically 50 scores for Tanner Boyd. He's now made some money, which is beautiful. Actually, yeah, back-to-back-to-back, he's got 47, 52, 49, so yeah, he's actually showing some decent scores. So yeah, it just makes the decision now pretty comfortable to swing Egan down, move Tanner Boyd back to dummy half. So yeah, I like that. Adam Dewey, oh man, obviously devastating news for Dewey and Tigers fans and the NRL, like doing his ACL again. You could just see, you could just see the knee pop when he landed. There was thoughts, it was on sort of the outside-ish look of the knee that maybe it was an ACL, but it just seemed like it, unfortunately. He was looking really good too. I mean, there was only like 8 minutes to go in the game, so whether or not he would have scored a lot more, but 66 points. He actually still lost money, which is funny. Lost 2k. I think he did score more than Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown did update quite a bit. But that's all I was really hoping, was Dewey to score basically. I mean, I was sort of like, if he scores like 10 points less than Brown, that I'd be pretty damn happy. But he looked good. He looked like he was on for a decent score. 66 I'll still take. But now it is time, obviously, to trade Dewey out. Isaiah Katoa 34. He's almost peaking in price, but hopefully there's just some attacking stats in him. The centre wing, so a bit lower than what it has been. Lachlan Miller killed it again, 77. Jacob Kiraz only the 51. Taruva 44. Val Holmes 88. Very nice. Can't complain there. And so our cheapies, Cam Pereira 16, Warbrick 16, didn't play either, thankfully. And then Connolly Lemuelu 40 points. So not bad. So I mean, that's, Connolly Lemuelu only scoring 40. I sort of forgot I had it on him. I wasn't like too concerned, but I probably would have played like a Ford or even a Hopgood over Lemuelu, but yeah, I sort of forgot about it, and then he scored 40. I mean, he's looking really good, but he's just not getting his hands on the footy as much as he was a couple of weeks ago. So I think Lemuelu, he's definitely almost peaked in price. I mean, all these guys, they probably all have to go fairly soonish, because I think Cam Pereira still probably has a pretty low break even, I would suspect, because he's got back-to-back hundreds previous. Warbrick, I think he's probably the first that's got to go, because he did get 2 decent scores. Yeah, 88 and 58, but yeah, just the low, like 14 against the Titans and then 16. Like, it's just, he's going to start leaking cash. But he is a guy that can just come out and get a couple of tackle bust, line break try, get 70 points. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the break evens for those guys are. See who needs to go. Taruva also, I think, does need to go because fucking Tungo cannot pass the football. I actually think Tungo could be a really good buy-in option if I can swing it, because he does not pass. Bro, there's so many ball hogs in the centers in the NRL nowadays, but Tungo, oh my god, he's got to be one of the worst. Like, he does not pass to Ruva. I don't know, oh my god, it's so frustrating to watch, but he still scored 44, so I can't be too disappointed there. Tommy Trbojevic, 26, and then Reece Walsh killing it once again, 86. Not Latrell Mitchell, and that was sort of the difference this week. Like, people that own Rabbitohs players had a killer week, and then those that didn't had a mediocre week, and then it came down to if you captain Cleary or not, if you had a okay week to a terrible week. So there were some big scores, but unfortunately I didn't have too many of the big scoring players. So yeah, it is what it is. Actually, I want to let's quickly look. I think Tungo's probably gone up a lot because he got that massive score. Jermaine Asako. Oh my god. I mean, this is the killer here. He's in 24% of teams. He has scored. Oh my word. Campbell Graham, 145. Payne Haas in 50% of teams, almost 79. Kiraz Miller. I mean, we've got a lot of the top scorers. Sean Johnson. Good god. Latrell Mitchell. I mean, that's what a big score does for you. He's been pretty poor, but I'm still not that keen on getting Latrell Mitchell. Like, I know a lot of people are going to jump on him this week, and I guess it does depend on Tommy Trbojevic because he clearly was not 100%. So, I mean, if Trbojevic is looking a bit shaky, I could definitely see myself going to Mitchell, but I'm not that keen because, like, yeah, he scored massive, but, I mean, a couple of his tries were literally just everybody else doing the work and he was there in support, which I'm not criticizing. That's what fullbacks do, but they weren't really him doing it. And then mainly his points came when the Bulldogs were down to 12 men, which again, you got to play what's in front of you, but you're not going to get to play against the 12-man Bulldogs team every week. So yeah, I don't know about that. The Hammer, oh my god, 120 points. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, my God. Cody Walker, 132. He's gone up 90,000 this week. So, oh, my word. That's crazy. That is crazy. So, yeah, Dylan Brown, 63. I mean, he dropped 60k. I could have brought in Brown last week for Dewey, but I am very glad I held off because I still think Brown... Again, I think a lot of people are going to jump on Cody Walker, and he has been good, but I still am in the camp of Dylan Brown. So, yes, I think that's what we're going to do. So, obvious trade outs. Hopgood to Schuster. Whether or not Schuster's named this week or not, I still think Hopgood to Schuster is just the obvious trade down option. Yeah, I think that's just the obvious. I know, well, there's a couple of big ramifications from this week too now. Obviously, Addo Carr, disappointingly, he's done a pretty bad ankle injury, so he's gone. The Bulldogs now have a wing spot. I would love Nrl Skelton to get the spot because he is an absolute monster and would be such a beautiful trade down option. For one of these wingers that have peaked. They're probably going to put fucking Braden Burns in the team. I wouldn't be shocked, but we'll see. Obviously, Jared Croker. I talked about him last week when he was named. I think Croker is going to be a sensational trade down option. And I don't even hate going early. If I have to go early on Croker, if one of these guys' break-evens is too high, I don't hate it because I honestly don't really expect them to drop Croker now. Like, he was really solid. He was good. He has the goal kicking. He's not going to... Let's see what he actually got. Like, he's definitely not going to be like a 50, 60 plus average guy anymore, Croker. But I think he'll be a safe 40 with the goal kicking. And I mean, that's honestly fine. That's honestly fine for Croker. Like, he's 270k. He's going to be such a good trade down option. I guess Hayes Dunster scored 7. He was obviously potential, but he had a bit of a shocker. And Bailey Simonson is back in a week or so. So I don't know. And they could even bring back Wanga Blake. I mean, honestly, Wanga Blake, dude, if Wanga Blake at 350k, if he gets a wing spot at the Eels, whew, I actually think you could do worse than going Wanga Blake as a bit of a smoky, a downgrade option, but potentially could score some points in that Eels back line if they click. But yeah, Dunster, probably put a line through him. And obviously you don't need to get him anyway at the moment. So yeah, Croker, yeah, 40 points. 40 points, didn't really do a whole lot. He defended pretty strongly, took a few runs and kicked a couple of goals. I think he's going to be a great trade down option. But yeah, I'll work out who needs to go first. So let's, I guess also at the Newcastle as well. Again, some big injuries from this week. Very, very unfortunate week for injuries. But Brayley from the Knights, he is gone with an ACL. So that means, I think the reports is that Phoenix Crossland are going to go into dummy half. But they also have Kurt Mann there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how that's going to affect the minutes there. But Crossland could be an okay one. I think he's 5'8", so honestly, actually, I still want Brown though. I don't know, but let's just quickly, because I mean, this is just the best option in my opinion. Getting in Schuster, I know, like he's looking worse and worse because obviously this injury is not, his body is not great. He's definitely way too big to be playing 5'8" still, but I still think he's the best cheapy option in the back row. So we're gonna get him. How did actually, where the hell? What about the Johns boy at the Knights? How did he score? Because he was obviously a decent trade down option as well. David Moali, another 25 points. My God, he's never going to make money. Hetherington, 25. Oh my God. Couchman, he honestly looks pretty damn good for the Dragons. He's getting some decent minutes. Did he get a try in this one? He just played big minutes. He played 51 minutes, honestly. I don't know if they had any injuries, but he's a player for sure. He honestly looks like a bit of a young Jack de Belin, the way he plays. Unfortunately, he's not front row forward. I need a front row forward cheapie, my God. Murdoch Masilla back to a 27. KO Weeks didn't have a great game. So Sonny Luke. So why the hell am I in? I'm just in like all positions. Okay, that's annoying. But that's fine. So Sonny Luke, 59. He is. I don't know what to do because he actually did look really good. He probably played 40 minutes, did he? He played 53 minutes actually. I mean, when he's played, well, I don't know. He played 46 minutes, 29, 25 minutes, 59. He's just going to be so up and down. Like, I don't know. Do I get in Sonny Luke for, like, Tanner Boyd? Is it actually worth doing that? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so Phoenix Crossland, yeah, he's 5'8" and halfback. He's honestly, I'm just worried about the minutes at dummy half because I feel like Kurt Mann could play decent minutes, but as a downgrade option for Dewey, or if we just trade out Isaiah Katoa, don't hate it. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing another game of him, but we probably have to make that decision this week because I don't really want to play Katoa. I probably should change it, but that's fine. We'll just look. Okay, so Jack Johns, yeah, he only got 32 points. Obviously didn't play huge minutes, but that's fine. So yeah, that's that. We will trade. I mean, these are the two obvious trades at the moment. Swing Tanner Boyd back up. Get in Nico Hines. And we'll still have almost a couple of 100,000 left in the kitty, which is very nice. Which means, I mean, this is the moving week for sure. But it's just a fact of like, do I still think I just trade out Dewey for Brown, right? Like trading out Dewey for Brown is just the obvious choice. Obviously, it's not. It'd be nice to trade out Dewey for Phoenix Crossland if he's going to play big minutes at dummy half for 270k. But I don't know. We could wait a week and then we could trade Katoa if Crossland does look good at dummy half because they're probably going to be pretty similar prices you would expect. Because I just think, yeah, we won't. I think just having Brown at 5'8", it's just going to make the team really, really nice. So I think, yeah, I just think that's what we're going to do, honestly, because the team will be looking damn strong. I guess the only other one, I'll have a look as well at these guys' break-evens because I will definitely think about just trading one of these guys for Croker straight away just to, so they don't lose cash. But we'll have a look at that. Also, the matchups. Titans are taking on Broncos. Could be a high-scoring game. Dolphins taking on Rabbitohs. I think Lemuelu is still good for a 40-50. Warbrick, Manly. He could get a couple of tries. And then Panthers, I mean, they're taking on Newcastle. Truva, I mean, he's so safe that I'm not that pressed to trade him out. So I think Dewey's just the obvious trade out. Did I even look at? I know the guy I was going to look at was Tungo. Did I actually look at Tungo? I don't think I did. Right? let's have a damn quick look at Tungo. I feel like he's like. Did I look at him already? Am I going crazy? Okay, he got 76. He's almost at 700k. Yeah. He's probably getting a little bit out of reach at the moment. Obviously, the bat... Ugh. So, people have brought in... what's his face? Ruben Garrick. Oh, geez. 8 points. He got knocked out. He's going to miss this week now with the protocols. Yeah, that's disappointing for people. And also not good for Manly as a whole because Garrick is very good. Be interesting to see what happens there. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what they're going to do with the wing spot. So, I think, you know what? Let's just activate it. Activate it. We got to trade Dewey out. We can afford Dylan Brown. We can't afford Cody Walker. I just think Cody Walker... So they got the Dolphins, which is a good matchup. But then they got Penrith, Broncos, Melbourne, West Tigers. They play the first bye as well. I still just think Brown, dude. I don't know. Because Parramatta, they have a good... Like, they got Dogs, Broncos, Newcastle, Gold Coast, Canberra, South, Cowboys in the bye. Should be a weekend Cowboys team. I I just like the Brown pickup, honestly. I love Brown. He did so well for me last year. I think it's just a great time to jump on. That's what we're doing for now. I could change my mind. Because Cody Walker and the Rabbitohs look like they're hitting their form. And I know it was against a weak and 12-man Bulldogs team, but that's sometimes all it takes. You know, if you click into gear against a weaker opposition, you can still find that form. So, yeah. And then we'll look at... I mean, our full-strength team is going to be pretty damn strong, honestly, now. Walsh, obviously, one reserve. So, who are they playing? Okay. Oh, man. That's actually good. So, the Sharks have a tough matchup against the Roosters. Penrith taking on Newcastle. I think, yeah, you either skipper or vice captain Cleary, I think 100% this week. So, Walsh, Hines, Cartwright. And then who is my other reserve? Lemuelu, Jackson Ford, Tanner Boyd. I don't know. Who are Parramatta versing, actually? Dogs. So, yeah, I do like the Cartwright reserve. Is Preston out? Because he got sin bin, did he? I don't think he's out this week. I don't know. We'll have to look. But I don't know. I'm liking the look of the team. I think it's pretty strong. Obviously, keep an eye on if Trbojevic is fully fit to play. Hopefully he is. But yeah, that's the decision at the moment. And that'll wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the Supercoach action. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.